What is up, you Varsity Podcast fans? It is your host, Derrick, coming to you with another episode of the Varsity Podcast. This is going to be a special episode coming up. If you can already see in the background, I'm here with one of my other co-hosts, Dawson from Chirpin' Hockey. Go ahead and say what's up to the crowd, Dawson.
What up? How you doing? I know y'all all came to see me.
All right, here we go. We're going to get into it. So if you can't tell by the background, we are very excited. We are obviously big wrestling fans. If you guys don't know, this is going to be a wrestling themed episode. We got a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. So obviously SummerSlam is coming up. If you are WWE fans, if you're AEW fans, Ring of Honor, wrestling fans in general, does not matter. We are just wrestling fans in general. But me and Dawson have tickets to go to SummerSlam. So we are very excited to be going to SummerSlam. So today we were today we took a drive up to the SummerSlam Superstore that they have every year for SummerSlam. It's close enough for us to go up there, so I'm gonna show off some of the stuff we got. I'll start off with mine. To start off, if you can see right there in the background, one of the SummerSlam shirts. It's kind of like, almost looks white, but it's kind of like a cream color with the brown and orange Cleveland colors. Says SummerSlam with the retro WWE logo, CLE in 2024. And then two other things that I'm very excited about. I have gotten these. They're signed photos. This one is obviously trying to get it without the glare a little bit. Cody Rhodes when he won the title at WrestleMania, signed by Cody. Very exciting. And then this one that I'm also excited to pick up is Braun Breaker, just at like a regular, either a house show or Raw or something like that. But just very cool pickup for me, as I collect a lot of different wrestling memorabilia and sports memorabilia in general. As you can see, you could just ask Dawson when I was in the store. Instantly was trying to go over and look at the memorabilia section and try not to break the bank buying a bunch of signed photos. Am I right, Dawson?
Yes, very right.
All right, well, with that being said, Dawson, go ahead and show off the lovely fans what you got up at the Superstore.
As you see,
Obviously, we can start with the background there.
I got a nice tank top. It's like a peach color, and it says SummerSlam 24.
I think it's more orange.
Orange is peach, lighter orange.
Okay.
And then, for the best thing I think I bought, got me a nice little mini belt, since I can't get the big ones yet, because I ain't trying to break the bank.
Got a broke boy up in here.
Yeah, that's all I about got, but I wasn't trying to spend $200.
Dude, we could at least me personally, or even Dawson, like, if we weren't like being smart with our money, we could have like definitely spent a lot of money in that store. Like, I mean, it's just amazing. I have some photos of merch and stuff like that, just like just a few photos I took of stuff in the store. I'll be putting them up in the video here somewhere, like I always do. But with that being said, Dawson, I mean, what are you expecting from this show? I know there's a lot of rumors of, potential things happening, stuff like that. But, I mean, I'm very excited because we only recently went to our first ever Monday Night Raw back in, was it June is when we went? Yeah. It was June. That was amazing, our first ever Monday Night Raw. I've been a wrestling fan for a very long time, ever since I was like maybe 10 years old. Like, always been a big wrestling fan. Gonna get into some of that stuff today. But yeah, we went to our first event, and then SummerSlam is announced that it's coming to Cleveland, so we were like, let's try to hit it up and go to Cleveland. But yeah, with that being said, let's move on. We're gonna be talking about the match card for SummerSlam. I'm very excited to talk about the match card. I know Dawson and me have been debating on this all day of winners and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But with that being said, Dawson, are you ready to get into the match card and see how I'm ready to see how bad your opinion is going to be, low-key, because I'm just a bigger wrestling fan, to be honest. But I mean, let's see what wild predictions you're going to throw my way today.
I don't know. I think
I'll
you
have
got
you
some
start,
wild predictions
Dawson.
first.
I mean, we'll fuck around and find out, I guess. But we'll start. We're going to do the main event last, obviously. But first match, we'll throw it out there. It is going to be Bayley and Nia Jax. What do you got? Predictions, or just like any expectations with the match, or just, how do you think?
I'm predicting right now that Bailey's gonna win, but I think it might be like a medium length match. It's not gonna be nothing too crazy, but I just think Bailey's gonna retain. But the only thing is, I've never really heard much There hasn't been much rumored about them. Everybody's mainly focusing on like the main event and all that.
I mean, not much is rumored in general. It's just kind of like a prediction of like who you think is gonna win and potential things that
Yeah,
might happen. But obviously, I also don't know the exact match order. I'm just looking at a photo of the card off of Reddit, but I don't know the exact order. Obviously, I know the main event, but I don't know the order of all the other matches yet. But just kind of going with that. I think Bailey retains, but I feel like it could be a good match, but then I don't know because I feel like Bailey's good in the ring, but we all know Nia at times is just kind of boring, I guess you could say. Like she doesn't do nothing spectacular, but like obviously she's just like to put it politely, she's a bigger girl, so like obviously can't do no crazy athletic moves, but like her size and strength is kind of her like gimmick, you know? I think that match could potentially be good. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen like outside interference or something like that, but I'm excited to see that
yeah.
match at least. Okay, Dawson, next up, I'm going to have you predict this one as well. It is going to be Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, um, Drag. Oh my god. My heart says one thing because I want it to happen, but then I'm logically like, I know who's probably going to win, but I don't know. Who do you think?
I think Brian Breaker.
You
He
think they're going to
he
give him a title? Like this
yeah.
kind of early? I know it's still early, but
He's been putting off so much, and I think once he gets that title, it's really gonna get good. Sami Zayn could retain, but Braun Breaker wins at the next pay per view.
okay. Um, I could see it. This potentially has a good. This is potentially going to be a good match because these gentlemen are very talented. Obviously, I like Sami Zayn's run so far. And let's just clearly I'm a Braun Breaker fan. Um, so we know who I want to win, but wanting somebody to win and logically thinking, okay, who do you think is going to win based off the storyline? I don't know, because I'm like, dude, if they're gonna have Braun win it after he's kind of been beefing with Sammy, this could be a big way for him to win it. Like, oh my god, a big upset at SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like that could be one of the upset of
Oh
the
yeah,
night.
oh
And
yeah.
then like but then like logically I'm like, okay, but maybe they'll let Sammy keep it for a little bit and then maybe later, like you said, down the line. All right, you ready for the next match, Dawson? This is another banger with one of your favorites. Ready to hear who it is?
Here,
The guy. Well, let me talk to you. Yeah, LA Knight and Logan Paul. United States match. Who do you got winning?
I got Logan Paul.
Bruh.
Again, bro does not defend his title. I think he's actually barely defended it for like how long he's actually had it. No lie. But you got Logan winning?
Yep, I'm still gonna go with my boy Logan. He's he's gonna be one of
Your
them.
boy Logan? Hold on. Your boy Logan?
He's better than LA
What?
Knight, that's for sure. Hey, whoa, wait, hold on, no homo.
I mean, not even like that. I didn't know you were a Paul fan.
I'd take him way over LA Knight, that's for sure.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
LA
wait,
Knight's
whoa,
not
whoa.
that
You
guy.
talking about like you think he's just because you don't like LA Knight, or in general you think he's better?
I just think Logan Paul's better than LA Knight. LA Knight's not ready. He's not that guy.
Bruh.
What?
Huh? He's not.
All right,
It's facts.
I'm. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. I'm chiming in on this. It is my turn to talk. My turn.
everybody, everybody already knows who you're gonna pick.
Again, logically, I have to think logically when it comes to these, but also you're kind of off the camera. Can you get in a little bit?
Like
But
I said.
logically, I I logically want, or not logically, logically, I low-key think Paul's gonna win. Mainly just maybe because I could see it going two ways though. It is Logan Paul's hometown, so they're like, okay, hometown hero kind of vibe. Might let him win since it's in Cleveland, yada yada yada. Or they could have him finally get upset and lose the title in his hometown, potentially setting up more of a kind of beef and storyline. Like, you know what I mean? Where LA can be like, yeah, I beat you in your hometown. Yeah, dummy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I could see it going two ways, where it's like Logan could win it because it's his hometown, or they could have him lose it because it's his hometown, setting up a further beef or like something like that, where it's like it adds to the story and it adds for promos, trash talk, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, very possible.
Oh, yeah, definitely possible.
Uh,
I'm also excited to see that match though because I'll always say this: when Logan first got to WWE, I didn't know what to expect, but he's actually progressively got better as he's gone on. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like how some celebrities come in, do a match, and kind of like he actually is like training to try to get better and getting better. You know what I mean? Where it's like you could tell he's actually into this, not just like I'm here to
yeah,
do a match or something every once in a while and like be like he's actually got better.
yeah.
But all right, moving on to the next match I see. You're gonna like these two participants. I already know. You ready for this one?
Yep.
Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship.
Whew, I can start out with my predictions. This can go either way.
That is, this was not the reaction you had in the car when I told you this match. His reaction in the car when I told him this card, that was not his reaction. He was not that chill. Go ahead and say it, Dawson.
Wait, oh, my prediction. My prediction.
No, 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 no. No, quit dodging the question. When I originally said who was fighting in this match, what was your first thing you said when you found out who it was?
Two finest bitches in WWE.
Okay, well, I wouldn't call him that, but we're a little more polite on this podcast.
The two finest women in WWE. How about
Ah, there you go. We don't call women that. We were respectful here.
that?
But okay, aside from that, go ahead. What's your prediction?
um, so I'm gonna go. Liv Morgan's gonna retain, and Dominic Mysterio is gonna intervene to make Liv Morgan retain. So and then that mean Rhea Ripley would um she would get mad at Dominic Mysterio, and they'd all go on a beef, and basically he'll start beefing with Damian Priest and all them, and then Judgment Day will separate. That's what I got.
All right, really, really interesting theory. I'm thinking something, I guess, similar-ish but different. My prediction is Liv's gonna retain, but in a sort of different fashion, where as like Liv's gonna retain, but it's gonna be like Dominic's gonna be there, like he's gonna interfere, and I feel like he's gonna try to interfere to help Rhea win, but it's gonna end up costing her, and Liv's gonna retain because Dom tried to interfere and it messed up Rhea. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's
Yeah,
like it ends up hurting Rhea that he tried to interfere, and now she's gonna be pissed at him because she lost the title, or not lost the title, but lost the match because he tried to help. And he'll be like, I tried to help. And it'll be one of them where it's like, bro, if you didn't even try to help, she was about to win. Like, you know what I mean? One of those scenarios.
yeah,
I feel like it's going to be something along those lines where it's like he tried to help Rhea. It ended up costing her the match, kind of set to a beef. And then Dom's kind of like, he's not cool with either girl now. And he's like, what do I do now? Like, I feel like that's going to kind of how it's going to go potentially. Or we might get a complete surprise and be like, Dominic screws over Rhea and helps Liv win, and then he's like back to being her with her. You know what I mean? We could get
yeah,
a total flip like that.
Oh yeah.
Which, like, if I seen that, I'd be like,
What?
you know what I'm saying? Like, I have too much fun with the soundboard. All right, we're down to the last three. This next one, I am very excited for. Special referee Seth freaking Rollins versus with Drew McIntyre facing CM Punk. This little triangle of like beef between all these guys right now is freaking amazing. Like CM Punk's back in WWE, and just like what happened at Money in the Bank with um you know Seth, like, just, with what happened with Money in the Bank, where Seth was like screwed because he can't challenge for the world title now because of like Drew, and then like Punk, and like, what I mean? It's a beef between like all three of them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Seth and Drew, or not Seth and Drew, Drew and CM Punk were already beefing real hard before this, and before Seth was involved, and now Seth is involved. Like, dude, I feel like Seth is gonna end up like screwing Punk, or like somehow screwing both of them. But like,
Yeah.
I really feel like he's kind of leaning towards screwing Punk. So like, I feel like it's gonna be one of them things where it's like Punk maybe is about to, like, he hits a GTS, or like he's like looking like he's about to win the title, like he's a 3 count away, and it's like a 1, 2, and then Seth stops and just doesn't count the 3 count, and maybe hits Punk with like a curb stomp or something, and just like screws him completely, and then drags Drew and puts him over um Seth, where he's about to go for the pin, and then he hits like a quick 1, 2, 3, and then Drew, like, he wins or something. You know what I mean? Like, he screws Punk or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could see that
I
happening.
mean, what's your predictions? Like a winner, or like your theory? Like, go a little in depth. What do you got? Because I know you had some stuff about some of these matches.
I think Drew McIntyre is gonna win because he's had so much shit, but there could be another way they can add more to this story is Drew's gonna win, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, Drew will go to shake Seth Rollins' hand and be like, "Hey, thanks for the help out here," and then Seth's just gonna hit like his finisher, hit him with a curb stomp or something, and basically like start another beef. Like
Oh,
now
so
he's
you're
like,
saying
all
like,
right, so like you're done with him. Now it's my turn.
the kind of Punk and Drew beef is gonna end, and then Seth is gonna start a beef with Drew now that he's the new world champion, or not world champion, because he actually won't win a belt. But like, he's gonna start like a beef with Drew because he kind of
Yeah,
screwed him with the cash in at Money in the Bank. Okay, that actually could be interesting. Even if it's not for a title, that could be interesting. He's like,
like it
okay,
could
now you're
he
done with
could get a
him.
title shot later
Now,
down the line and just
now
start another.
now he's like, well, no, it's like how you said he's done with Punk, and then it's like now Seth is like, now I'm gonna screw you over. Or, you know what? Now that I just thought about this, what if this happens where like Seth is like counting, like how I just said with Punk? What if Seth is like counting 1, 2, and it stops as Drew's about to win, screws Drew over, drags Punk's lifeless body or something like that over Drew in like a quick 1, 2, 3, and CM Punk wins, and he looks at Drew and he's like, "For you screwing my title shot at Money in the Bank, I just screwed you over." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
That, like, oh, this is good. This is like, out of the, this is my second most anticipated match for this card. I'm looking forward to this main event. I'm looking forward to, but this is like, oh, this could be good. This could be cinema. This could be great. All
yeah.
right, second to last match. I don't know if that's the correct order, but at least on our list, it is going to be Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who do you got? I'm going to let you start this one.
Um, I'm going Gunther because Damian Priest has had this for a long time, and I can see this story going here too. Is Finn Balor is gonna betray Damian, or he's gonna try to help Damian and not, and it's not gonna work. So they
It's
start,
going to hurt him.
yeah, like where he's gonna lose the title, and then they start like, all right, I see how it is. So and then
So
next thing
you're
you know,
saying
they're
almost maybe starting the downfall of the Judgment Day?
Judgment Day. Yes, I think.
Would that then maybe also result in, like we were saying earlier, Rhea not winning a title either? And then it's like, yo, like the bloodline is like not doing great right now.
You mean the Judgment Day?
Yeah, bloodline, Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, that's actually a good theory. I don't know though, because I think Damian might win, but I feel like they might put on a banger match. Because low key, Gunther puts on some banger matches. I'm not gonna lie, he puts on some good matches. Like I low key think he's kind of underrated in that, but I think Damian's gonna win. But I feel like they almost lose because Judgment Day tries to help, and I feel like it's gonna be something where it's like they almost lose, but they don't. But then it's gonna become an issue where like then they'll be backstage like I didn't need your help, and they'll be like, well, just like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
you're almost seeing cracks in the armor.
yeah.
All right, and to wrap it up, give me a drum roll, please. The main event: Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, and let's be real, probably the New Age Bloodline, because you know they
Yeah.
never fight fair. And again, I'm
Oh
not going to
yeah.
argue this point where they're like, it's not fair, they got to cheat. They're heels. It's what they do. So it's like expected. Like, come on, it's expected, bro. But obviously, we want to switch it up. But this is going to be very good. I'm going to just say this now. I am going to be geeking. I'm going to be so excited to see Cody's entrance in person because it sucks. Because when we went to Raw, originally Cody was still on Raw, then he's now on SmackDown. And it was like, we were like, bro, we want to see Cody's entrance in person because, like, let's be real. Who doesn't? Like, I want to be able to experience the whoa in person. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for that. And I'm also excited to kind of see the new Bloodline in person because obviously we never got to see the old one in person. But I'm excited for this match just because of also what is rumored. And now again, this is not spoilers or nothing. This is just rumored. So I'm gonna say it. It's rumored that Roman might be potentially coming back to, you know, he's
Hmm.
coming back potentially, which everyone's probably like,
What?
but I mean, like I've heard that it's a rumor, and it's like because Solo's been kind of talking trash to Roman, where he's like, once I win the world title, everybody's gonna acknowledge me as the tribal chief, and it's like, it's almost like this. Okay, like let's go out on a limb here. Let's just go really off the deep end, wild theory. Say Solo does win the title, and he's like, everybody acknowledge me, and then boom, Roman's music hits, and he's on the stage, and he sits there and looks like pissed off at Solo, and he's just like, comes down to the ring, stare down in the ring, him and Solo, and he's like, I will not acknowledge you. And then like Superman punch or spear, something to
Oh yeah.
Solo. And then it starts a new beef with Roman trying to take on what he created or almost like that. And it sets up like a bloodline civil war where it's like where it's like Solo's bloodline versus Roman's version of the bloodline. Like, dude, you know how crazy that could be? Like, to set that up. Now, again, that's why I said let's go off the deep end because it's like that's just a wild theory. That's like we don't know if that's going to be even in the near future. But just I don't know. I feel like if anything, the Bloodline might try to interfere. And obviously, you got KO and Randy Orton who are also working with Cody right now. Stuff like that. Um, yeah, I think, but logically, I think Cody might win. Very good potential match. Good match. I think Cody might win because I think they want to keep his reign going a little longer or a lot longer. I don't know. But then I'm like, if it really is rumored for Roman to return, they might give Solo the title just to set it up so Roman can come back and beat what he created. You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't
Yeah.
know. I have so many potential theories with this. Isn't I put it? Just potential theories. And this could just be me fanboying and just like thinking of stuff. But that's the fun part of wrestling is like, truly, sometimes it isn't predictable and we might not know. And it's just fun to think of the what ifs. But I don't know. What do you think, Dawson? What is like your potential winner, and maybe what is your wildest theory for this? Like, just, I don't know, go full detail. If you go off the deep end for your theory, go ahead. I just interested to see your perspective on it.
I'm gonna go. I think Cody Rhodes is gonna win, but the Bloodline's gonna like jump him after, and they're
Kind
gonna
of like
smash
Bloodline
him through the
fashion.
table. This, and then they're gonna pick him up, and Solo's gonna walk up to him and be like, "Acknowledge me," and he'll say no, but all of a sudden, you hear Roman's music hit, and he just looks pissed because they're doing all this, and then that might lead to him wanting to tag with Cody Rhodes, and they might beat the Bloodline to beat the Bloodline.
That would be interesting. Like, old foes now become allies. That could be interesting. I don't think they would go that direction, but again, I said go off your deep end, go that wildest theory. That would be interesting. I would like to see that. I could see the name now, the American Bloodline. Okay, that'd be interesting. But all right, that's gonna wrap up the card and our SummerSlam merch, and we're gonna get on to our last segment here. But yeah, we will keep you guys updated on SummerSlam. Follow the Varsity Podcast TikTok. Link is going to be down in the description. We're going to be posting TikToks there because me and Dawson will be at SummerSlam. But yeah, we're going to get on to our next segment to kind of show you guys a little bit more of just our wrestling fan in general. We're not talking about cards or nothing like that. But all right, Dawson, are you ready for this segment?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this was on the truck ride up to
No, it's back.
Cleveland. We're talking about like our top five. Yeah, on our way back, our top five of everything. So Dawson, do you want to start with your
Yeah.
all criteria? Top five women's wrestlers all time, retired or active, just based off of looks. I mean, look at us. Obviously, we're dudes, so this is what we look at. But I will say this: I respect the hell out of the women's division because I was a fan of WWE at a time when they were more or less just show. They weren't really praised for their skill in the ring. And I mean, it's awesome to see these women performing amazing moves, but this one's just going to be a little fun segment. Just top five women's wrestlers based off of looks. And you'll get to kind of see how me and Dawson think of our types of women, I guess. This is going to be funny because we had some funny answers here where we were honestly arguing in the car for a minute for this one. So, Dawson, don't go like super fast, but give me, and this is ranked like 1 through 5. Like 1 is our favorite, number 1, and then 5. Like, so they are in specific order. So Dawson, your top 5 women's wrestlers of all time, based off of like looks, not
For
ring
my
talent, because
number
that's a whole
one,
nother debate.
I'm going Rhea Ripley.
Yep, I hear that one all the time. Bro doesn't have a shirt yet that says mommy, but I'm pretty sure he will.
No, I'm not never getting a shirt that I'm not wearing it if I'm a dude and it says mommy on the back.
I'll buy you one for Christmas. I just won't even tell you.
No. All right, so for number
Number 2.
two, we're gonna go in Dakota Kai. Good wrestler
Solid
right there.
choice. I can definitely agree with that.
And number 3, Liv Morgan. And y'all might argue me on this one, but
So far, your list is solid. Number 4.
number 4, we're going AJ Lee, really old wrestler.
Wait, you said argue you? Ain't nobody arguing that. AJ Lee is bad.
No,
Ain't no.
somebody's gonna argue me about Liv Morgan.
That's
Why
not
ain't
even a
she
bad
number
choice
1?
either, actually. That's actually not even a bad choice. But is that all your list?
Number 4 is AJ Lee,
Okay.
and
Solid.
then number 5, Sonya Deville.
I feel like that's the oddball there because I don't hear many people say Sonya, but I respect it because I'm not going to lie. She is a pretty beautiful woman as well. So I respect it. That's a little bit of an oddball choice there, but I respect it. Overall, I can say, Dawson, solid list. Solid list. All right, you ready for my top 5? And I already know you're probably going to try to argue me on some of these.
Oh,
You ready?
yeah.
All right, number 1. Number 1. Tiffany Stratton.
Whoa,
I
that's like you should not even have. She should be like number 6, my guy.
Six?
Yes.
Six?
Bruh.
Have you seen Tiffany? And Tiffy time? Have you seen it?
It's Tiffy time. That sounds like it's kind of like it's time to get your ass a bit.
Okay, bro. All right, you'll agree with number 2, Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah, not even a question.
number 3, number 3, also Dakota Kai because I would vibe with her personality because I'm also a big like anime nerd like she is low key and a gamer, so I'd vibe with her there at 3. And she's also not bad looking. Ready for number 4? Because you didn't even
Yes,
think of
sir.
this one.
See it?
Alexa Bliss.
What?
What's wrong with Alexa?
Out of no, you're tripping, buddy.
Wait till you hear my number 5 because it's definitely gonna throw you for a curveball. You ready for 5?
Sure, hit me.
Paige.
Wow.
What's
Talk
wrong with
about
that, bro? What's wrong
a
with that?
curveball to the dugout. Like, holy.
So you're saying Paige is she's not beautiful or she's not good looking?
She's good. She's okay, but like, out of everybody you could
Okay?
pick,
What?
Okay?
oh, you're lucky I don't have sound things on mine, or I'd be.
Bro, okay, yeah, whatever, bro. Hey, the real ones know Paige was bad back in the day. Still low key is. Alright. So, what do you think of my list? Was it a laughing or a cheering? What do you think? Was it good or was it bad? Or
Uh,
mid?
it was mid, low key. Get some better taste.
So that's what you feel. Okay. Okay. Whatever, you're a youngin'. Alright. Top 5 male wrestlers who are currently wrestling. So who's not retired and who isn't taking like time off. So current time off wrestlers would be Roman Reigns as we're putting it. Like who is currently on the roster wrestling and doing stuff. This is just simply like just favorites. So I'll have you start again, Dawson.
So, you said all for just. All right. Let's see. We're gonna go
Yep,
number
current
one.
male wrestlers.
I gotta go with my boy Cody Rhodes.
I can
Number
agree with that
two,
because I'm a Cody fan too.
Jay Uso. The Yeet.
Yeet, yeet.
I gotta go with number 3, Seth Rollins.
My boy. Good pick there.
Number 4, shout out to the big boys. I gotta go with my boy Otis.
Yes,
Speaking for the
sir. Shout
fine
out to the big
bitches.
boys. I low-key miss when he first came up when he was with Tucker and they were talking about stakes and weights. I low-key missed that Otis.
And
But
then number 5, we're going Drew McIntyre, just a beast.
okay. That's a solid list. I'll give you a clap for that. That's a solid list. All right, you ready for mine?
Yep, let's hopefully it's not no wait, what?
Bro, shut up. All right, number 1, everybody who knows me knows that I'm a wrestling fan. Seth Rollins, number 1. That is my
Okay,
guy.
pretty solid.
Number 2, Cody Rhodes. Obviously, clearly, and I don't have it with me, but I also in my room, it's in a frame. On my room, hanging up on my wall, I do have a signed Seth Rollins picture as well. Number 3, CM Punk.
That's okay, that's
Um,
not bad.
Number 4, this one probably won't be a surprise based off earlier in the video. Braun Breaker, still a new guy, but I'm kind of high on him right now. I like where he's potentially going, so I'm excited to see what they do with him. And then to finish out the list, number 5, a dude that I've low-key been a fan for actually a while, Drew McIntyre.
Pretty good.
So what do you think of that? What do you think of that list compared to my mid-women's list?
We've got about the same taste almost. There's one or two that I may just switch out, but about it. Not bad.
Who would
I
you
give it a
switch out?
clap. CM Punk.
Really? Ah, you're too young.
Whatever.
All right. So Dawson said that was a clap. So another solid list by me.
It's one of them
Thank you, Dawson.
golf claps. It's not that, no. More like
All
a
right, go fuck
like
yourself. All right.
hey, don't use that language on this podcast. We're a language-free podcast, people.
Oh, we definitely haven't been language free tonight like that. All right, we're getting a little long. All right, let's get through this one. We got two more top fives. This is the third one tonight. Top 5 teams of all time. Now, when we say teams, we can mean like factions where it's like 4 members, 5 members, or just a simple tag team of 2 guys or 2 women. So, go ahead, Dawson. What's your number 1 tag team? Or, well, team, I guess.
Number 1 tag team is gonna come in. I'm gonna go number 1, the Shield. Go tag team.
Yes. My guy. Okay, what's number 2?
The Day One-ish Usos.
The Day One-ish, so like,
Yeah, the
that
Day One-ish era.
Solid choice.
Number 3, we're gonna go with my D-Generation X.
Yes, sir, DX.
And number 4, shout out to Bray Wyatt, R.I.P. We're gonna go with the Wyatt family.
Specifically the Wyatt family to start.
And then
Always
number 5,
fun to watch them.
I'm gonna go with the Wyatt Six. I like them. They're a newer one,
That
but I
one,
think they're gonna be really
I was telling
good.
you this. I was saying that earlier. Like that one could be, again, debatable because we haven't gotten to see what they could do as a team, unlike a lot of these guys. But I think more or less, like production from what we've seen is here, but potential is here. Like they have a high ceiling of potential. But okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Solid list. I have no complaints with that. You ready for my list?
Yep, let's hear it.
All right, top 5 teams. You're already gonna agree with my number 1. Also, the Shield, most dominant team in WWE. We can debate that, but as I put it, most dominant. Number 2, DX. I also loved watching DX when I was younger. I mean, just the goofy shenanigans of Shawn and Triple H terrorizing Vince McMahon was hilarious. Now this is where I feel like you might have a problem with my 3 and 4. Number 3, Wyatt family. Number
Alright,
4,
that's okay.
those same Usos. What do you think of
That was
that?
bad. I can respect it. I'll respect
I
it.
thought you were gonna be like I thought you were gonna say some like you should flip them, but okay, you're actually pretty chill with that one. And then number 5, some people might kind of forget. I don't know if you forget this one, but I just don't think it gets mentioned very often. Number 5, they're a tag team. The Brothers of Destruction, when Kane and Undertaker were working together. What do you think of that one? Because I bet you couldn't even think of that one.
Not bad. I don't know who they are. Feels like I've heard of them, but I don't really remember them.
I just said it was Kane and Undertaker.
Oh. Whoops. My bad. I ain't really never watched them like that, so I don't know.
I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I was a big Undertaker and Kane fan. Along with a lot of kids, I thought they were actually brothers. But no, I was a big fan of them back in the day, so I was like, I'll throw them in there at my number 5. Honorable mention to get into the list though, because I know this is highly debatable, and they're gonna be like, "You didn't mention them." Evolution, honorable mention. Like literally, you could probably almost swap out my 5 and my 5 with that. Like that one's only because of nostalgia, because I was a Kane and Undertaker fan back in the day. But I won't lie, Evolution is another great tag team as well. Not tag team, but faction, I guess you could put it. But all right, Dawson, what do you think of that list? Was it bad, good, or mid?
It was Not bad. Not bad. Pretty solid list. I'd give it a clap.
Okay. And sadly, Varsity Podcast fans, we are getting to our last segment of the night. Our top 5 legends of all time. Now, the criteria with this list is I would at least say they have not performed in the ring for a while, or they're not like a part-timer, or where pretty much they're retired. Like, I would say exception if they come out for maybe one match or two a year. I would say that exception, but just mostly retired where we're not going to see them on weekly TV or at every pay-per-view type stuff, you know what I mean? So that was kind of the criteria for that, where it's like they're pretty much retired. They might make an appearance every now and then, but like they're not wrestling on the daily. So like the only one that I said probably wouldn't count right now would be John Cena, even though we all know he's going to be first ballot Hall of Famer legend, but he is competing all next year, stuff like that. So it's like he's not necessarily in that retired no time frame for when we might even see him again type of thing. But let's get going with this list. Dawson, what is your number 1 top 5 legend of all time? I feel like this is where people are really going to get judgy. But what is yours? Also know Dawson is a freaking child. So just know that.
I'm going to go Undertaker for number 1. Number 2.
Solid choice.
Number 2, Shawn Michaels.
Again, another solid choice. That was a big beef back then for a while. For a minute there, Undertaker and Shawn. Okay, you're
Number
starting off hot.
I'm going with Hulk Hogan.
Any variation specifically? Because he had the Hulkster, and then you also had like NWO Hogan.
I'll go Hulkster.
Okay, so just the normal American hero, red and yellow Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Okay, so far your top 3 are solid. I'll agree. Solid so far. Pretty good.
Number 4, Kane. Patrick Kane.
Patrick Kane.
What?
Kane. My bad.
Bruh.
I'm thinking of I ain't never done that before. I'm thinking
Dawson,
chirping
this
hockey
is
right
wrestling.
Now. My bad,
We're
guys.
not on chirping hockey right now. Bro, get over it. Kane is a Red Wing. He's not coming back to Chicago. Let it go.
No, my bad.
Oh
I
my
meant with my
God.
boy.
So you're
Kane.
talking about the big red monster Kane.
Yes, Kane.
As your number 4. Get a little child. This guy.
And then number 5, I'm going Kurt Angle. Y'all might hate me for that one.
That one I could say is low-key kind of mid. Because, like, I mean, me personally, I'm not a big Kurt fan. Like, respect the hell out of him. Especially since, literally just, like, a few days ago, it was one of the things was, like, a few days ago, they were like, on this date years ago, he won the gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Like, that's just insane to me. Respect the hell out of him for that. But, all-time legend, I don't know if he'd crack my top 10, but he at least isn't in my top 5. But overall, 1 through 4, your 1 through 3 was good. Kane, that one I would say not a bad choice. That might be kind of a safer pick. But your 5 with Kurt though, I don't think that makes that list great. But now, are you ready to hear a great list?
Let's hear it.
You literally forgot like some guys. I was like, how the frick did you forget them? All right, number 1, we agree on this one, Undertaker. When I was a kid, if John Cena was retired, my number 1 would be John Cena because that was my first favorite wrestler, or Rey Mysterio, but those guys still wrestle. So the one that I pick would be Undertaker because, where he's done. As of right now, but it really looks like he's done. So if it wasn't that, he would still be like my number 2, but my number 1 would be Cena if he was retired. But criteria. Number 2, I'm surprised you didn't think of this one at all. The give me a hell yeah, Stone Cold.
Oh yeah, I could definitely put him at top 3.
No switching now.
Easy.
No switching now, bro. You had all day to think about this. You had all day.
If I could switch, I would put him at number 4.
4?
Or 3. 3, my bad, y'all.
Okay, whatever. Number 3, Hulk Hogan, but specifically NWO Hulk Hogan. I loved the
Hulkster.
NWO. I wasn't watching wrestling back then because I was not even born yet, but I love rewatching like NWO Hulk Hogan and NWO in general. So, number 4, Shawn Michaels. And then number 5, to go along with Shawn Michaels, they were also on my list before, his partner, Triple H.
Not bad.
What do you think of that list? I would say the only one that I was thinking about maybe switching out, but again, just because I watched more of them. But if I were to switch out like number 5, maybe I would probably throw in like Bret Hart or someone like that. But again, I more or less grew up with like Triple H and some of those other guys.
Oh yeah, I see.
But yeah, that is gonna finish out our top 5s. Please, down in the comments, let us know what you guys think of our top 5s. Do you think they were solid lists or good? Or do you think they were completely mid and totally bad? Let us know. We'll always debate in the comments. We love interacting with our community of fans, everything like that. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to wrap this up. Dawson, for any of our fans or any of our other wrestling fans, do you got anything else you want to say about your shitty opinions on some things, or
Hey,
just
it's a language-free
wrestling?
podcast.
Oh yeah, because you're perfect. Let's not talk about what you
Mm.
did earlier. But your anything else you want to say to our fans or any of our friends who watch this?
Let's see here. I'd say let's be kind to people whenever you can.
Okay, words of wisdom from Dawson to end the day.
You might not get me that all the time from me. Just for warning you guys.
Okay. All right, that is going to wrap it up, Varsity Podcast fans. Like I said, down in the description, we are going to have our TikTok down there linked. Be checking that out over Saturday, stuff like that. We're going to be posting on our story. Me and Dawson are going to be at SummerSlam. Going to be posting some TikToks, stuff like that. We won't be posting no spoilers. We're not going to be those guys. Yeah, it was a great episode, great day going to SummerSlam Superstore. But yeah, let us know down in the comments what you think of our top 5s or any of our opinions and predictions with the matches. Like I said, we're going to have the TikTok down there. We have been getting a lot of followers lately. We went from 49 on Sunday to now today being Thursday, and we were at like 58, I think, or 59. Like, we're doing really good. So please, if you subscribe to us on here and you have TikTok, go check us out on TikTok, or vice versa, you know? But that is going to wrap it up. This is the Varsity Podcast. Go ahead and hit like, subscribe, share, comment, anything. Share this with your mom, your dad, your friend, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever likes sports.
Stepbrother, stepmama,
This is the
anybody.
Varsity Podcast, the best place to get your sports news. And with that being said, we are out, guys.
If you got any fine women, send them my way.
Bruh.